Now, in the last week, the ICE task force has done incredible work across America, arresting hundreds of illegal migrants. And now Donald Trump has signed the Laken Riley Act into law, requiring law enforcement to detain illegal aliens who commit theft and violent crimes. Have a look.
I'm going to sign this in honor of Laken Riley. Come on up here, some of the people that we love that have been so instrumental. Okay?
Douglas, Donald Trump is setting the pace for the world on how to crack down on migration. You're from the UK, where migration is out of control. What can UK Labor learn from Donald Trump?
My suspicion is that UK Labour are going to learn very little from anyone. It's one of their problems. But yes, I wish they would take some notice of what is happening in allied countries for the better and for the worse. But, you know, what Trump did there is very, very interesting. The Laken Riley Act is named after a young American woman who was brutally murdered by an illegal migrant to the UK with many previous convictions. And even the symbolism of that is very important, because the people objecting to the forcible deportation of migrants think that they're sort of burnishing their liberal credentials. You know, there are officials, Democrats, of course, who in recent days have been opposing ICE moving in and getting career criminals out of the US who shouldn't be there anyway. But you know, it's one thing to sort of pretend that it's all just about the rights of the illegal migrant. But Trump is reminding people, and there's actually American citizens of all backgrounds have the right to also be thought of as well, to be able to live in neighborhoods that are as safe as they can be. And for that to happen, the federal government has to take a view about career criminals breaking into America and staying there. And that's what he's done. And as I say, it's not just about actually cracking down on the illegals. It's about saying this is not just about them. It's about the nation as a whole. It's about the citizenry of the nation. So I think the symbolism of that is very important. Whether any other developed country learns from that, we'll see.
Well, what do you make of the left in the United States having a meltdown over these deportations? Donald Trump has wasted no time, yet the left, they're crying, they're upset, they're saying, no, these people need a home to live. What do you make of the response?
I mean, I think these people really need to take a serious look, not just at themselves, but at the actual situation. I would have thought that I'm not a leftist, but there are decent arguments of the left on all sorts of policies, okay? But if I was a leftist and I wanted to pursue leftist policies and get other people onto my side, I don't think I'd make a priority of saying, please don't deport the killers and muggers and robbers and rapists who have entered the United States illegally. Please don't come after them and take them out of our area. I'd have thought that any leftist, like anyone else, would say, any Democrat, like any Republican, would say, you know, there are undesirable people who've moved into our neighborhood and we don't want them here. And it's astonishing to me that there are people on the American left who don't realize the strategic mistake they keep on making. They lost the election last November, in part because they were seen as a party to be representing the minorities of the minorities. It's one thing to stand up for minority rights. It's another thing entirely, rather, to put minority rights over majority rights. To pretend that, for instance, you know, a man who's decided he wants to become a woman has more rights or should be more focused on and given more of a megaphone than anyone else in society. Or to think that you should pitch your tent on the idea of defending career criminals who've broken into your country and committed crimes whilst there. Why would a left that wants to get re-elected keep tying itself to causes like that? they've got to try to appeal to the majority. And the majority of people want to live in safe neighborhoods and see the laws of their land respected, including the immigration laws. So, you know, it's a recipe for staying out of power. These San Francisco officials and others who have decided the most important right to defend in the United States is the right to break into the US and commit crimes and stay there.